you're observing from back there.
Yeah, I was listening to the conversation actually.
Do you know why they're there?
Because of the animals, right?
Yeah. Yeah, they're showing the public how they contribute to the worst animal cruelty on earth imaginable through their consumer choices.
I've seen that in other countries as well.
Yeah.
We do that quite often.
Yeah. So what do you think about what they're doing here?
Well, they just want to show that you should not kill animals because they have a choice, right?
Yeah.
That's what she's saying.
Yeah. How does it make you feel to see this?
Controversial, so
If
that's
it-
way to think, like, okay, what's happening?
Yeah. Did you know that that's how your food was produced?
I don't eat meat, so
Are you a vegetarian?
yes.
Okay, we need to speak to vegetarians as well because the dairy industry slaughter the cows, they take away their calves, they kill the boys too on the first week of life. The females will grow up to be milk producers too, they'll have their children taken.
I drink like a vegetarian milk, I would say. I don't drink.
You mean a plant-based milk?
Yeah.
So why would you call yourself a vegetarian and not a vegan?
I like eggs.
Okay, eggs, the egg industry. Yeah, so we target vegetarians too because the egg industry is just as bad as the meat industry.
Yeah, but I like eggs. I'm selfish.
You're selfish. So you don't care about the fact that you abuse animals through consumption of eggs?
Well, of course I do care, but I also am selfish.
Yeah, so you might be selfish. Do you think that that's okay to be selfish in the face of the cruelty?
I think I do already enough.
You think you do enough?
Yes.
But in the eyes of those animals that are being tortured, do you think it's enough to still consume the eggs, even though
How about your clothing, for example, and I don't know where's it come from?
you want to point to the clothing? We want to talk about eggs, we want to talk about clothing.
Yeah, it's like
Where does yours come from?
Yeah, exactly.
It has no animal products in there.
No, it doesn't.
No.
But you don't know who produced that. Who maybe is tortured to produce that, or put a lot of effort to do it. So,
Well, there's no slavery in these clothings if that's what you think.
do you know? How do you know?
I can prove to you that your eggs come from macerated male chicks because they don't produce eggs.
No, my eggs are coming from my grandma's, like small chickens.
So you only eat eggs at your grandma's. You don't eat eggs.
I only eat the one which are the number 0, whatever. Which
So
is
you
from my
go to your grandma's house and you eat eggs, but outside here you're a vegan.
most of the time at least.
Yeah. So when you're either a vegan or you're not a vegan, because vegan's a philosophy against animal abuse. Yeah.
I don't have a philosophy about animal. I have philosophy about environment. I
Okay.
care about environment
Yeah.
more than.
This has nothing to do with the environment. This is all to do with animal abuse.
Yeah, definitely. I can see that.
Yeah. So when you purchase eggs, male chicks are massive. Well, they are. Well, you're not a vegan outside of your grandma's house. You said that you're not a vegan. You said only sometimes you eat these products outside here.
I also eat fish.
Yeah. So you kill fish. So that a vegan.
I don't kill fish.
You eat the fish.
I eat fish.
Yeah. So you're paying for fish to be tortured and killed as well.
Not really, because I also get it from the house, like from the farm.
Do you consume fish outside here?
I don't live here.
So what do you eat when you're out? What do you consume when you're out here when you're hungry? You just eat vegan food?
Most of the time, plants, yes, veggies.
Most of the times, those times where you don't.
Yeah, let's say burger with patty or with what is it, mushrooms or whatever. That's my dinner yesterday. Today, what did I eat today? I went for the bread with asparagus, zucchini, and vegan cheese on it.
Vegan cheese. So I'm not here to interrogate you,
Yeah.
okay? But when you say you're not a vegan, I'm here to speak for the animals. So when you sometimes are a vegan and sometimes not, those sometimes abuse and kill animals. I'm not here to be your friend or this person's friend. I'm here to speak for those animals that are being tortured and killed.
That's totally fine.
And so I'm not trying to sell anything to you. I don't want any money from you. And that's it. And I'm sorry that if I made you feel uncomfortable, but from those animals' eyes, they're screaming out for mercy.
I just kind of feel like you push, of course, animal philosophy on someone who has a little bit different point of view on different things, and how to say, there's a lot of other things as well to focus on. So I feel, from my opinion, being tiny bit already, putting a little bit of effort, not eating meat, for example, not eating eggs from like a big farms, not eating some other stuff.
You eat
Those
fish.
products.
You eat
I
fish?
just
They're from the ocean. They didn't want to die.
Small parts of it already. It's a big thing to do. Instead of like trying to put your philosophy on someone.
We have the same philosophy.
Try to put.
What's your philosophy on animal abuse and torture?
you should not torture animals.
Exactly,
Of course.
exactly. So we believe the same thing, except sometimes you do abuse animals through your lifestyle.
Do you have leather shoes, for example?
No.
You don't wear leather anything.
No,
like
why do
that?
you ask? I'm against animal abuse. I wouldn't wear their skin.
Yeah,
That's horrible.
I'm wondering, or I don't know, some animal products, cosmetics.
Do you wear leather shoes?
I do wear leather shoes.
Yeah, they come from a tortured animal slave.
Yeah, but they last for a longer time.
I don't care. If they were made from your skin, I wouldn't wear them out of principle.
But then imagine you use the shoes, which are probably you have to buy them every second month, whatever.
I wouldn't wear skin made of you either. It's out of principle, moral principle.
And then you kind of push your all the environment to move further, and then getting all the bushfires, and then you kill animals.
This is an animal rights issue.
Yeah, I know.
Taking someone's rights away and murdering them. It's
Yeah.
different to the environment.
Yeah, but that's also an issue to look at. So, you know, if you
It's an issue to look at, but that's not what we're looking at. We're looking at enslaving and killing animals for your lifestyle. Shoes and eggs and fish and, you know, animals are being tortured and killed. They're being abused for you.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
How about environment, for example?
That's not a topic for us.
I know,
The
but
topic here is being the animals that are being abused.
Brothers and sisters, and here we are. That was Joey Carbstrong, kind of a legend from a few years ago. It's the things we encounter every day. Discussing with people who don't want to see a different point of view. I'm not here to judge you. I'm just saying that we can all have an open mind. We may see different sides of things. When you look at things from the victim's point of view, things are a lot different. When we look at it from our point of view, it's easy to be selfish and just think of our thoughts, and we can justify many things. Enslavement, torture, and even murder. So, that was Joey Carbstrong. Check him out. So how are we doing today? How are the crypto markets? Well, a little more of a little more. The same. And I don't see that changing without any news, right? Look at the volume. Can't even get 60 billion. Until we crack the 100 billion range again, get up there and pass, we're not going to have big movements. Bitcoin's struggling to, you know, remain above 43. There's many reasons for this, right? We got a lot going on. Miners still selling. People have lost, you know, they got jumped in with the big run we had, right? I knew we were not, this is not a bull run. Technically, it's a bull market in the sense of coming off the bottom, right, of 15,000. So, but that was quite a while ago. So we're not technically, you know, when you raise so fast and you spike up, people get excited. And then you play the game of sideways action for quite some time until you make that next leg up or next leg down, right? We haven't hit any liquidations above 40. If we do, it'll go down real quick. And that will hurt sentiment as well. It'll blow out a lot of longs. But as of right now, we're in a standstill. You can see it by the volume. You know, you can see exactly what's going on. It's an accumulating stage. You know, it's time to pick up some alts or wait on the sidelines, right? Don't be afraid not to jump in. You know, people will tell you, DCA, DCA, DCA. I love DCAing. Well, it's not. You're not DCAing if you're trending sideways or down 1, 2, 3%. That's not DCAing. DCAing's if we drop down significantly to 49 cents to $80. You know, follow my cursor for Solana. Cardano in the 40s, right? Because there's plenty of people long at 25, 30, 35 cents. So DCAing at 52 is stupid in my view, right? Especially people who are caught long in the $1.50 range. Avalanche, right? That's a good buy here long term, but DCAing, right? You could have got it at $9, $10. So the DCA mentality right now, unless it takes a big hit, I'm not agreeing with. Like something like Near Protocol, for sure. We hit some highs there at $4 and we're, you know, been trending down ever since. To me, that's a pickup, right? But I'm so long at such a less price, I'm not jumping in. I do believe it's a good buy. My internet is just, since we hit this negative 30 degrees, it's just ridiculous. My office is at the other end of the house. I've got extenders. I got everything you can think of, and it's just the internet signal, and I have paid top dollar for as good as you can get. It doesn't matter, wireless. I'm stuck in an office at the other side of the house. The router's upstairs through many rooms and all that. So 331. I think that's a good buy here, but I'm long at at $1. So to me, that's not DCAing, right? That's just accumulating more, which nothing wrong with that. I think it'll be good in the long run. But we're also, everyone's calling $50, saying crazy things for that. I mean, that's look at the highs, $50. I mean, I'll be happy to get it all-time highs. But I think NIR is a great project for me. Not a ton of circulating. Volume has definitely dropped off on it, unfortunately. But we'll see what happens. It's got a bad trend. It really does. I mean, right? It's a downward trend. I don't know. What are your TA guys going to call it? Head and shoulders, Bart Simpson, leg of the dog. What do you guys call it? I mean, who cares? Bunch of mouths here with valleys and peaks, right? We got a trend here. And there's nothing wrong following the trend, but it's People were calling it was gonna stay strong at 350. TA guys. TA is BA, BAS. Doesn't hold. It's just a trend. It's just a trend of history. That's all it is. And guess what? All trends get broken. History tends to rhyme. So, see some of the biggest losers. So I think, the market, don't be afraid. I'm going to keep putting out shorts to say, just don't be afraid not to jump in. You might kick yourself in a little bit, but I think we have time to accumulate here. I think we might have another leg down if we get some bad news. Coinbase, the SEC in court today. People thinking that it's going to end quickly. I don't know. The judge, they're asking for a dismissal, but I just don't. It doesn't usually work like that. Hearing between Coinbase and SEC asking the federal court to dismiss high-stakes lawsuit brought on by the SEC. This is no doubt not an unregistered national securities exchange broker and clearing agency. No one has followed the guidelines more than them and Ripple. No one. And I think Coinbase is going to fight tooth and nail on this. They have the funds. They're definitely making more money now than they were. I don't know what their profits are right now, but their stock is certainly up. They've had an influx of money on with subscriptions and commissions, right? Exchange fees. Judy Catherine grilled the SEC in court Wednesday morning, pointed out the questions about what defines a security. Can they answer that, right? Are they going to go to the Howey test, right? Some oranges, right? We're going to talk about that from a million years ago. They grilled the SEC pretty good. What constitutes a security? What are the questions the doctrine applies to this case, right? They were sued, as I mentioned, from the June complaint. The SEC had said tokens including Solana, ADA, Matic, File, you can read there, Flow, were securities. On what basis? Maybe initially, but on secondary market, on what basis? This is just bowling. This is the typical crap. They're not going to win, in my view. The judge asked SEC whether the token issuers named in the complaint violated security laws. Well, not exactly, Your Honor, the agency lawyer said. These tokens named in the complaint are computer code, the lawyer added. Because that kind of your friends back table are saying that they're wondering why we're here. I mean, this is just a joke. Computer code. Judge also asked the SEC about how it defines securities, expressing concern that it may be too broad and sweeping collectibles like Beanie Babies. Not thought about Beanie Babies in decades, and yet it's being presented to me multiple briefs. Judge said. There's a real fear that I have that your argument is just sweeping too broadly. So I mean, these are good initial comments. That is for sure. I think this should definitely be dismissed, but we want some clarity. The SEC they have to be brought in. They have to be, brought under control. The president needs to stand up and get a clue with this. And it's not just under, this president, it's under our last president who likes money, doesn't want to, doesn't like Bitcoin, doesn't, now he does, certainly because he's desperate, needing money, so he's selling NFTs, right? But he wants money. And crypto will never be money. If we're going to get some type of crypto, it's going to be through the government, right? It's going to be a digital dollar. It's not going to be Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a store of value. Even ask our boy Jamie Dimon. It's a pet rock, as he said. Yet it's good for fraud and sex trafficking and tax evasion and drug activity, money laundering, right? Because JP Morgan and the banks, HSBC, never have been fined, $50 billion, $100 million since 2011 for fraud, for money laundering, right? They have a whole sector set aside of money to pay these. It's comical. It's comical. He's buying it on the back end. I don't doubt it. And we know he is in other countries. So we shall see what happens here. Will we get some clarification on staking? I don't stake anyways. I don't want to wait 10, 20 days, one day to release my coins if I need them, right? It's good. You want to get interest? That's good. Go for it. I want to have control over my funds. Be careful with staking. Just be careful with all that, and with the people preaching that and they're getting into their staking pools and all that. It's not my bag. Never has. Never will be. Full class action lawsuit brought against Uniswap Labs. Yep. I mean, we have the right judge. Let's just see what happens. Let's not rush anything. Let's not assume anything. Let's not listen to every influencer out there saying this is what's going to happen. No one knows, right? Attorneys, all the XRP attorneys jumping in on this, they don't know either, right? They know better than your average person, but it's up to the judge, right? Jeremy Hogan, awesome attorney. He's the one I would turn to the most, him and Deaton, in their following of this and what they have to say, but they'll be the first to tell you this could happen or this could happen. So one thing that's come up on my radar is Cashflow. I'm going to be checking them out. Don't know enough about them, but read some good stuff, and I'm going to keep a close eye on it. I like the circulating supply. I like very little volume, unfortunately, but everything has little volume right now. ERC20 governance token of the Hashflow protocol, which features a decentralized exchange that supports MEV protected bridge glass cross chain token swaps with zero slippage. So it's something I'm going to, I want to be transparent. Look at a few things here. I want to spread out. I'm pretty diversified, more diversified than I've ever been in crypto, and I like it. Little here, a little there, a lot here, a lot there. I think it's working for me right now. I don't want to, and everyone's changed their tunes. Many last bull run. You want to be in the bigger ones, and you want to have, an extreme amount of money. George is a perfect example. You should. At one point, it was all in Bitcoin. That's just nuts to me. Bitcoin will, do the best. my eye in regards to stability, even though it'll be volatile, but nothing like the alts. But you're just not going to have the gains. That's just the bottom line. But you will have stability. Orca kicking butt. I have a ton in this here. It's good to see that going up right now. I have, when I say a ton, haven't had to spend a ton, but if you're wondering what's playing in the background, just got some tunes. This is Bill Frisell. Check him out. He's quite good. But you know, this is more of a gamble coin, right? People think it's the JP Morgan coin. It's not. It's got a similar name. So I have about about 300,000 of those. Right? Did not cost me a lot of money at all. Got an average price of just a couple tenths below this, right? But volume picking up on that a little. I mean, it was in the 100,000s. It's doing 15 million today. You know, that's all it takes. Right? It's kind of a high circulating supply, but you know, it gets up to 10 cents. I'll be happy. You know, it's a gamble one. It's nothing that I would recommend. I don't recommend anything actually, but it's one to look at if you want to gamble. You know, the meme coins, they'll go up much more, but they don't get onto Coinbase until later. And I don't use DEXs. I could, you know how I've done it back in the day. I'm more of a holder. I'm not a trader. I'm going to do some trading when we're in the heat of the bull market. I have a stash to just buy something that's rolling in between certain numbers. See, I like it. Let's get this above a dollar. This would be, you know, if we were back to it, back to the next leg up, we'd be above $1. So I think things are looking good. They're just, you know, we're just in a holding period, right? Don't make rash moves. You got it. You know, just, you know, until you start seeing volume picking up, we're going to hover, right? Until there's something that changes in regards to good news. You know, the ETF was built into the market, as I keep saying, and that's okay. One thing I'm going to talk about, I'm not going to sell anything, as I mentioned, but, you know, I do this channel because I want to help as much as I can. I'll never sell anything, but I will talk about things that have been, you know, beneficial. And this has CBD. Not for me, but for one of my kids in regards to anxiety. And this company, I'm gonna put on a couple videos about them. The owner of this CBD brand, there's a ton out there, but I'm telling you, he is a gem and the real deal. I told him to send me a link so you guys can get it. I'm going to do some giveaways for free. If I get to 50 subscribers, I'm going to give away some D8 vape if it's in the legal states. I don't use any of this, but this guy helped out my daughter so much. You can't believe it. Life-changing. And he's just the most honorable guy I met. I don't smoke pot. I don't even drink anymore. I don't drink. I'm not straight-laced, but I'm a sober guy. I will take a gummy here and there. But I don't use any of this. But it has worked for me when I've gotten anxious in the past. But it has literally changed my 18-year-old's life, starting it when she was 15. No psychoactive. She does just the hemp oil, not the hemp oil, the CBD oil. And it's changed her life. And the gummies. I'll go into this more later, but try Phoenix. That's what it's called. You can see the site right there, and Elevar. And I'll go into it more detailed, and I'm having them send a link so you guys can get a discount. But it's no joke. I don't get a penny for this, nor do I want a penny. But at 50 subscribers, I'm going to give away some vape oils. 100 subscribers, I'm going to give away more. You know, a few more. When we climb up, I'm going to give away some CBD oil. And if you suffer from anxiety, depression, or a few other things that we'll go into, I'm telling you, it's all third party. We went through quite a bit trying to find something for my daughter. I did not want her on Prozac and all the crazy medications. And she's not perfect, but when she takes this, she can sleep. Or if she's really stressed out, it does amazing things. So we'll go into that. His name is Young Jim. He's amazing. But we'll go into that more later. So I hope you guys have an incredible day. My daughter's home. I'm going to go say hi. Bless you all, brothers and sisters. We can all go vegan. Don't let me being a vegan scare you off. I'm here to talk about crypto news, my thoughts, what has made me successful, health. Besides me working, majority of my time is within crypto, health, and veganism. I've helped many people get off of heart pills, who have heart disease, who have congestive heart failure, diabetes, you name it. We'll go some other time. You all take care of yourself, brothers and sisters, and I'll talk to you soon.